Happy Saturday, Sporty Nation. Actually, it's not even Saturday, it's Thursday.
Oh my gosh.
I'm already off to a bad start.
I know, he doesn't know his days of the week. It's okay.
I'm just looking forward to the NLDS, that's why. Because that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes, we are doing a special version of Sporty with Corey and Richie Suave, and we are doing a domestic edition. We're doing it in one of our Sporty Cruise houses, and we are starting to just want to talk to all of you guys about what is going on as our cameraman Scotty is laughing at Richie's day of the week problems. Richie has long weeks, people. You gotta catch him a little bit of a break.
I can't remember what day it is. I just know that we're watching the Coyotes game as we speak too. They're up 4-3 after 2 periods and looking pretty solid.
Which, I mean, if it was Saturday, they would be playing the Knights. You're aware of that, right?
Yes, I know.
And they would be here in Arizona, and I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be at the game. But, I mean, you know, on Saturday, I'll text him, good morning on your wonderful Thursday, so we can flip him around. But, yes, we wanted to come to you guys because we won't be shooting our next episode until Friday night, which is tomorrow night. What comes before Saturday. And the game will already have been started, and then by the time we get it up, you know, we'll be a couple games into the NLDS. So we wanted to get to you guys so we had a lot more timely information. So we decided to do this. It's live, it's unedited, it is everything that you guys don't get to see us normally do, which is going to be probably us just looking like idiots because we always do.
I'm also watching us so I can see your guys' comments too if you're watching us live. So there we go.
Oh, did you turn the volume down?
Yes.
Okay, I just don't want to hear an echo of us on there. But yes, so we are going to talk about some of our key points from the wild card game, and then we're going to talk about what our key points from the NLDS that we're going to be looking for in order for the Diamondbacks to move on.
So I want to start with, wild card already happened. It was a great game. We'll talk a little bit more about it the next episode. But I want to focus more so on the division series because this is kind of everything we wanted, right, as a Diamondbacks fan. It's for the first time, the Diamondbacks before, the Coyotes battled the Kings in the conference finals before. So this is going to be electric. It's going to be electric out at Chase Field on Monday. We're going to be out there, actually. You might just snag some tickets, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But I think my biggest key to this series is how Torey Lovullo manages his starting rotation. It's something that Dave Roberts has some experience doing because the Dodgers have been in the playoffs for the last 5 seasons in a row, but Torey hasn't. And the Diamondbacks are coming off of a game where they had to use 2 starting pitchers in the wild card game, which is forcing Torey to pitch Taijuan Walker in Game 1, and we don't know who's going to pitch Game 2 and Game 3. More than likely, it's going to be Robbie Ray pitching for his 3rd time in less than a week in Game 2 on Saturday, and then Zach Greinke's going to get to start at home in Game 3. So to me, that's the biggest thing, is how Torey manages his pitching staff. Because it's a 5-game series, you can't afford to screw up. And I think, for me, if the Diamondbacks are going to win this series, and I think they have a really good chance of doing it, they got to win in 4 games, because they're not going to beat Clayton Kershaw at home in Game 5.
I agree with you completely on the pitching rotation because of the fact that the pitching in the game during the wild card game was not good. It was not what we wanted to see out of any of our pitchers. None of them really came out and showcased to me that they were able to pitch during a wild card game effectively, and that is a one-and-done game. You need to be focused and be on the biggest part of your game, of your entire life, entire career, and I just didn't feel like anyone was there. And as I was afraid of, Greinke didn't come out and pitch the way he needed to, and when you're coming up against like Hill and Kershaw, you have to be on your game because it'll be a pitcher's duel. And I agree with you in the fact that people have already, we went through so many pitchers during that wild card game that it's going to be a problem in the rotation and who is going to be overworked. And what if scary if pitchers come out and they don't pitch appropriately and we're having to bring people in early, that's also going to screw up the rotation even more. So it's something that I'm really afraid of coming into this series for sure. And I'm just really hoping that the pitching can come out as strong as the offense was during that game against Colorado.
I think that's the one thing that I think we're we're pretty good. I think we know the offense is going to perform in this series because they have. I mean, they outscored the Dodgers this year. I mean, off the top of my head, they're like that. They smoked the Dodgers during the regular season. And we are getting some comments, by the way. So let me read them as we're getting them here from our friend D-Backstays, who made our awesome little avatar that we have here. He says that the X Factors are going to be A.J. Pollock, Patrick Corbin, and Andrew Chafin.
I like the Andrew Chafin part of that because we got to see a small part of him, but he is definitely something that I think no one's really been paying attention to. Everyone's been paying attention to the normal ones that you are needs in order to be essentially a great NLDS series for them.
Yeah, because he's kind of the bridge guy, if you really think about it, between the starters and then getting to Archie and Fernando in the 8th and 9th inning. Him and Jimmy Sherfy are kind of those guys we're going to see in the 6th and 7th inning. So I actually like that. Those are some pretty solid things. But what's your biggest, I guess, as far as the Dodgers are concerned, what's going to make them win this series? What do they have to do to beat the Diamondbacks?
Well, they have to put up a large amount of runs. The thing that made the D-backs and the Rockies so fun to watch is the fact that they were too often not fun. I was nauseous and I thought I was going to throw up. I put on my rally sombrero and I thought to myself, if I throw up, I can flip over the sombrero because I was that nervous. So, I mean, fun in the worst possible way. But I think that in this situation, the Dodgers are much more of a pitching powerhouse,
yes, absolutely,
as opposed to an offensive powerhouse. So in order for them to beat the Diamondbacks, who is a offensive powerhouse, my bad, when all of the key parts are, and I've mentioned them many a time, JD, AJ, I mean, Archie apparently now. I mean, everyone has been on point lately when it comes to being up at bat, and Ketel Marte surprised the hell out of me.
Had a great game. So did Jake Lamb too.
Yeah, Jake Lamb, and it was against lefties that he was doing well too, and I think that's impressive, especially coming in to playing some really great lefties in this NLDS.
Yeah, for me, this series is going to be one loss for the Dodgers based on how Clayton Kershaw pitches. We're going to see him in Game 1 and probably Game 5, and if he pitches like the Clayton Kershaw, who's the Cy Young contender again this season, the Dodgers will win. I think the Diamondbacks are going to win this series. I think they're the better team right now. They are better offensively. I think they have better pitching depth than the Dodgers do. So, like I said earlier, it's Diamondbacks in 4. Diamondbacks in 4 games.
I would like to see the Diamondbacks in 4 as well. I think it will solely depend on the energy that they bring in when they come into this first 2 games. I'm calling it for the first 2 games. If they can bring in that energy and they say it's a vibe, right? If they can bring that vibe in, then that's what's going to be getting them through this. If they started off really strong, they're going to end really strong. If they start out really weak, they're going to end really weak. I don't think if they dig themselves into a hole, they're really going to be able to get themselves out of it. But if they stay on their high horse, that's going to be amazing for them, and they're just going to keep on racking up the runs.
Yep. So, yeah, there you go. I think we're both picking the Diamondbacks. Let us know what you think in the comments on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, all that good stuff. For Corey, I'm Richie. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you in episode number 14. Good night and good baseball, everybody.